government will say that they will not support you. The Rivers State government will support you to fight crime to the last. And I want to tell you also clearly that for those who killed the director working with the Rivers State government and who think that they can go free, I want to say today that will place a price tag on them. Any Rivers person who has information or challenge the security personnel to go out and find wherever they are, will place a price tag on them. And there's one young man also in Gukana who has been terrorizing Gukana. They say it's Bobrisky or Baba, I don't know whatever it's called. But the security agencies know them. If you can get those who killed the director, Chuba, and get this Baba, the Rivers State government will offer the sum of 30 million naira to anybody who gives useful information, arrest, or the apprehension of these so-called criminals. Enough is enough. We cannot continue to allow them. And from the investigations and from the security reports we've gathered, as we discussed in the Security Council meeting, we have found out that cultists have taken over the leadership of youth bodies in virtually all communities in the state, and therefore are proscribed all youth bodies in all communities and I direct the security agencies to say that anybody who says he is operating under one youth body or the other, the person should be arrested. If you want to operate, you must get clearance of the SSS and the police, because those of them who run for the leadership of these associations or youth bodies who have come to find out that most of them are cultists. I will not allow that. We want to have leadership or youth election. Those who want to run election should send their names to the SSS and the police. So I will look at them. Who are these people? If they are cultists, we will not allow them. We will not. Enough is enough. We can't continue. That is not what these bodies are supposed to do. These bodies are supposed to help for the development of their communities and the use of their various. So we will not allow that. So I've directed all the security, heads of security agencies in the state to make sure, in whatever form, until they clear any youth body, they cannot allow them to operate. Because we have identified that cultists have taken over leadership of various youth bodies in the state. So that's what we have decided and agreed in the Security Council. Today, we said, look, we must support other sections of the security agencies like the Federal SARS, like the C4I, like the anti-cultism and anti-kidnapping, and the Federal Road Safety and the Eagle, what they call Eagle Squad or Crack. We have to give you vehicles. But let me warn, and let me please advise the CP that these vehicles must be deployed to man several strategic areas which we have identified to be areas that we know most of these crimes take place. And the vehicles must be painted in the police color, and communication gadgets must be installed. And we have also today given the SSS a vehicle that has tracking equipment, that wherever these criminals are, wherever the kidnappers are, they should know that we are not sleeping. The SSS is fully equipped to track you wherever you are. So today we also hand over such equipment to them. This will not be the last. We will continue as we see improvement in our security. But when they continue to do and people are having confidence in them, we'll continue to give them more support. So for Federal SARS, we'll give them 10 vehicles, which will be painted in the police color and to be written Operation Sting, Federal SARS. For C4I, we'll also give them the same 10, but it will be written Sting, C4I. For anti-kidnapping, we'll give them 5 vehicles, but they must also write Operation Sting, anti-kidnapping. The same thing applies to anti-cultism. We also give them 5. For federal road safety, we'll also give them 5. They'll paint it in their own color, but we also put it Operation Sting, Federal Road Safety Corps. And then for the Eagle Crack, we'll also give them 5. And Operation Sting, Eagle Crack. So we are giving out today 40 vehicles to these security agencies. And the one for the SSS, of course, you know how they operate. But to tell you that, I'm happy that Rivers people are beginning to have confidence in our security agencies because of their performances since we launched the Operation Sting. And so on this basis, I want to call the CP, who and the CP and the director of SSS to give them the keys of these vehicles and the one for the SSS so that they can do what they are supposed to do. Whatever problem they have, Rivers State government will continue to fight any form of crime or criminality. Here will be no home for any criminal. We are ready for them. We are ready for them. Because we took oath to protect lives and properties of the people of the state. And all of you can. We just launched the Operation Sting. We know how many number of vehicles we gave out, gunboats, armored personnel carriers. Today we are also giving out another 40. We will not stop at this. By the time we get reports of what they are doing, we will also give more. And I have told them that very soon, Rivers State government will set up a trust fund that will take care of any security personnel or officer that dies in cause of fighting crime in the state. Because they are human beings. They have families. They have families. Working for us to sleep. They are working for us to go about our normal businesses. And so if somebody who is taking that risk to fight for us, that we don't have problems, we should also prepare for them, their families, in case anything happens. So very soon, we are coming up with a trust fund that will cater for personnel and officers, all the security agencies who die in cause of fighting crime in this state. So I thank you for coming today. Let me therefore invite the Commissioner of Police and the Director of Police to formally hand over the keys of these vehicles and the key that will lead us to know what the criminals, where they are and what they are doing. So, Mr. CP. So let me call this the Road Safety, Federal Road Safety Commission. Are you a commissioner or agency? Call. That's a problem. So let me formally hand over to the Commissioner of Police to receive the vehicles for all the sections that belong to the Nigerian Police for the good of the people of River State, for the protection of lives and property in the state. Let me also give to the commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps. People may ask, what is the role they have or they play very important accidents. Sometimes when their vehicles are on the road, it deters criminals from coming around. So they have an important role to play. And that is why we said they must be beneficial of these projects. And as we discussed, Security Council. So, Commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, I congratulate you. I say, look, use it for the interest of our people. These vehicles should not go to other states. The money we use in buying the vehicles is money that comes from Rivers State. CP, please, in the name of God, leave our vehicles in the state to fight crime in the state. Don't take our vehicles to say you want to repair crime somewhere. If there's any crime in any state, the state should provide it. We are not Father Christmas. So if I notice that you take our vehicles outside River State, then you know problem will come. You know problem will come. That also applies to Navy. All our gunboats should be within the territorial waters of River State. If there's a problem in another state, the state should provide gunboats for the state. I am not here to provide vehicles or gunboats for any other state. I was elected by Rivers people to protect their lives and property. So anything we are doing here is for the interest of those who are from River State and who are doing business in River State. So don't, when there's a death, you don't know. You say, oh, you are someone to move your vehicles. Keep our vehicles in our state and use it for us. Thank you and God bless you.
Yep. Just 12 days after the Operation Sting was launched, the governor has just added an appreciable number of high and luxury utility vehicles to the fleet of patrol vehicles to secure Rivers State. With this action, the governor is indeed walking the talk. This administration is consolidating on its vision, building a state that is truly united, secure and prosperous, with boundless opportunities for everyone who lives in it.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Chief Barrister Yeson Wuke, COA. My colleagues, the service commanders and head of sister agencies, security agencies here, Secretary to the State Government and members of the State Executive Council here present, senior from the police, the military and the SSS, gentlemen of the press, distinguished invited guests. Your Excellency, 2 weeks ago, when you launched the Operation Sting, you did promise to us that more support will be coming. And what we are witnessing today is a fulfillment of your promise to give us more support in terms of logistics, in terms of you have fulfilled your promise, and we are here today to receive additional 40 patrol vans. During my speech on that very day, I promised His Excellency and the good people of Rivers State that in the next 1 month, we are going to witness changes in the area of crime fighting. And Your Excellency can bear me witness that since the launching of that operation, a lot of successes and development have happened. Your Excellency, let me just draw your attention to the officer in charge of anti-kidnapping. After the launch of that operation, they went for an operation along east-west road, where they pursued these kidnappers inside the bush. In the process, there was an exchange of fire between the kidnappers and the operations team. You can see that. But being a very gallant officer, he still pursued these people, killed 3 of them, arrested 16 of these kidnappers. Your Excellency, we promise you that we shall continue to serve the good people of Rivers State, and we promise you more successes will be achieved. On behalf of the service commanders, I want to assure His Excellency that the security outfit in the state continue to pursue this bad element and bring crime and criminality to the barest minimum. I thank you, Your Excellency, for this kind gesture. It is another giant stride in the fight against criminal activities in Rivers State. Thank you, and God bless you, Your Excellency.
The State Police Commissioner Usman Dandaura assuring Governor Nyesom Wike and the good people of Rivers State that they will go to bed with their 2 eyes closed. No longer any place for the enemies of progress in the state.
So we cannot allow this. Somebody fighting for us to stay alive. Then here we be injured and then we fold our house. We're very sorry for it. But not to fight. But not to fight crime in the state. Thank you. Thank you.
Dawn, you just witnessed the distribution of patrol vehicles to security agencies in the state by the Rivers State government. This event brings to mind a remark by the former president of the U.S., Al Gore, in one of his books, The Assault of Reason, when he posited that the success of any democratic government depends on its openness, reliability, and responsiveness to the needs and aspirations of the citizenry. Indeed, Governor Nyesom Wike is living petition, ensuring that every nook and cranny of River State is safe and it's an investor haven.
Hello baby, can you come over? Right now loneliness taking over. Me need you tonight, yeah me lover. Come warm me up under the cover. Make me rock till the lamp shade on over. Rub me twist, press your foot on my shoulder. And make we listen some Anita Baker. Make love till we wake up in the
Sure that crime and criminality is reduced to its barest minimum.
Well, first of all, you know that I'm not a security officer. The security agencies and come to brief us in the Security Council, and it will not be wise for me to reveal the strategies of the security agencies to fight crime. That, you know, I will not do it. If I do that, then I'm letting the criminals know that these are the strategies we have mapped out. But as a government, we believe that to aid the security agencies to achieve the successes they want to record through their strategies, we have to give them support in terms of logistics and funding. And so, as a government, that's what we have done, and that's what we continue to do. But issue of strategy is within the security agencies and members of Security Council, which is not for public consumption, so that will not aid the criminals. So that is our position.
What other things do you think the people of River State can do to restore the beauty of this state?
Well, just like we have said and we have also done, yesterday we have met with some communities. Our own is that, look, the security agencies cannot do it alone. We need the support of the various communities to give us information with regards to criminals and criminal activities taking place in their various communities. We met with Choba community yesterday, and we told them that these people are from their communities and they know them. So you must support us in order to get or to apprehend these criminals, and which they have agreed that they will do all the time. Well, whether I like it or not, if there's a crime in your community and you're a primary ruler or an elite, you cannot. There's a lot of criminality taking place in that place. So they have a role to do. And once this is done, River State will come back to what it used to be. Crime, fighting of crime in the state is my number one priority, number one project. Because if you can't fight crime, how do you fight? How do you bring in investors to come and invest that will lead to the employment of our youth? Well, the unemployment of the youth too also leads to crime. So first of all, make the place safe so investors can come in and then invest, and then that will lead to the employment of our youth. So you can see that. How many weeks have we launched the Operation Sting? Not more than 2-3 weeks. But see what we are still doing. But because of the successes we have recorded, we said no, there's need to still support the security agencies to make sure that they will achieve our targets. And I'm quite happy, quite convinced that very soon, investors who have left River State will be coming back to the state, because River State will be the safest state as far as Nigeria is concerned. The happiness is that I have security commanders who are willing to work for improvement of security. It's over. We're talking about governance, and that's what we are doing. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Governor Yesom Wike telling us that River State is now a safe haven for all forms of businesses to thrive. From the outside broadcast crew in the Government House, Ameze Igiebo signing off. Good afternoon.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.
This is the network service of the NTA.
Baking is not just about cakes. Some occasion, especially formal event, call for some pastries and other confectionery products to be served as snacks. Bakers are always readily available to make delicious pastries such as donuts, dinner roll, and lots more that will make any event an unforgettable one. This is Baker's World on NTA. I am Funke Oyeyele. Welcome. Today's episode of Baker's World offers you a rare opportunity to learn how to achieve some delectable pastries that anyone can turn into a business venture. Our baker today is also a chef whose experience in the baking industry can be an inspiration to both existing and intending bakers. We have so much for you on today's episode, so don't go anywhere. It's our Let's Bake segment, and I'm excited to see how our baker, Gloria, and our assistant will show us how to make yummy pastries and creatively decorate them. I bet you can't wait to see this. Well, let's get started.
I'll be starting with the dough for the meat pie, and I have here the flour. To the flour, I'm going to add the baking powder to it. And next is the salt. I'm going to add the salt to the flour and give it a stir. And I add my butter to it next. If you notice what she's doing, she's using the tip of her fingers to give it the mix because we don't want to overwork the dough. You can see it's properly mixed. So she's going to add her water into it. If you notice, she's not overworking the dough. It has to be a gentle mix. This is the outcome of our dough. She's going to wrap it with a cling film and drop it in the fridge to rest. I'll be making the filling for the meat pie right now, and here is my pan on the heat. First of all, I'm adding my oil to the pan. I add my onion and my my garlic salt, I add my turmeric to it, and pepper. I allow it to simmer for like a minute, and here comes in my minced meat. I'll allow this to cook completely for like 5 minutes. Then I'll come back to it. At this point, our meat is cooked. I add my seasoning cube to it, pinch of salt, and I give it a stir. So I can now add my potatoes and carrots. Stir for about a minute, then I add my carrot to it. This point will allow our carrot and our Irish to cook. So I'm going to add water to it and allow it to cook for like 5 to 7 minutes. The water should just be a little above your mixture. So I'm going to cover and allow it to cook for 5 to 7 minutes. Well done, sir. I'll be making the roux for the filling. This is the thickener. And I have here with me the flour, water, and soy sauce. I mix to a soft paste. Make sure all the lumps are gone. And then I add to it the soy sauce. So what I have here is the roux, the thickener for the it keeps your meat pie filling moist. Okay, we'll be checking our filling now. Yes, as we can see, it's cooked. To this, I'm going to add the roux, which is the thickener. You can see the finishing of our filling coming out very moist. Our meat pie filling is ready. I'm turning our filling into this bowl. You can see a very yummy and moist filling for your yummy meat pie. Okay. Yes, our dough is out of the fridge. And we're going to work with it now. We work with measurement when it comes to our dough. So we're going to measure our dough in 140 grams so that we'll have the same size of meat pie. Here we have our scale. We want to start our meat pie right away, and here we have our dough ready. We have the meat pie rolling pin, we have the meat pie cutter, our egg and brush, and the meat pie filling, which is already cold. You pick the clean and place it on your cutter and make sure it goes round. Rolling and giving a cut.